Hey guys, welcome back to Benos Esther Malka's channel. On today's video, we are going to review this fantastic game, Flipping Flags. Now, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to like this video and subscribe because every single week I post a new game review. So we're going to start off this video with an unboxing in which I'll share with you what is in this box. Then we'll do a gameplay along with educational tips so you can use it for your students. And last, we'll finish with what do I personally think about flipping flags. So let's start with the unboxing. The first thing I want to point out is look how adorably small this box is. Like, here's my palm, here's my hand. It's a little bit bigger than my hand, but it relatively fits inside. Now, as you can see by my game collection, small boxes come in handy because I could fit more on the shelf, so love that. Another thing I like is that some of the smaller boxes, you have the beautiful design on the front, but you know what? I'm not storing my games this way, I'm storing them this way. And as you can see here, I can actually put it on the shelf and see the side. So thumbs up for game design. Now for the actual game contents, it's really simple. You have a deck of cards, as you could see here, and that's really all there is to it. On the other side is the different flags of the world. So if you've made it this far and want to see how to play the game, give this video a thumbs up and let's actually play Flipping Flags. So how exactly do you play Flipping Flags? Well, this game is a speed game. So the first thing you have to do is throw the cards in a circle on the table and then just get started. Every single player at the same time randomly flips over flags. So this game gets pretty chaotic fast, which means that your students really have to observe and look for matches. Now, as they get a match, just a little tip, because again, my goal, and I'm sure your goal, is that the students should familiarize themselves with the different flags. I have them say South Africa and they call out the names. And again, we just keep flipping flags, Republic of Congo, and eventually the students will finish the cards, and which leads me to the winner. The end of the game is when all of the cards Canada can no longer be matched, and the student with the most pairs wins. In this case, we had 1, we had 2, we had 3. Pretty simple, and you know what? Most students are enjoying this way of playing. However, I teach in an inclusion class, so I'm going to give you 2 additional ways to play flipping flags. Because again, I use it for education, and I have some special needs students who need a different approach. So the first approach, which is written in the instructions also, is to, kind of split the deck by how many players, and same rules, just flip the flags as fast as you can and find the matches. And of course, the student with the most matches at the end of the round is the winner. Denmark. Super simple. But even this way can be a little bit difficult for some of my learners for 2 reasons. Number 1, they just can't do the whole speed thing. And number 2, when they do the whole speed game, they actually lose track of the learning. And in this case, the learning is becoming familiar with the flags. So, similar to the way, again, you split the deck in half, or however many players, and this way you take turns. But here's the catch. Because we're going slower, I actually have my students flip the card over, say Portugal, USA, and Australia, check if there's a match, and then put it out. And this player will do the same thing. South Africa, Panama, Argentina. Look for a match and put it out. So while in the first hand, it may look like we're going a little bit slower. Oh, South Africa. Sorry. While in the first hand, it may look like we're going a little bit slower. And you know what? We are. We are taking our leisurely time playing this game. But playing it this way, my students will actually learn their flags faster. Now, two things I want to point out, not necessarily a con of the game, but something you should be aware of before purchasing. The first thing is they are limited to the different countries. You're not going to find all the countries in the world. However, from my experience, these are the countries that I am most familiar with. So, you know what? Not such a bad thing after all, right? And the second thing I want to point out, at the end of the game, when you're actually finished playing, we often have 2 to 3 cards that cannot be matched just because, you know what, there are 3 cards and there's always 1 or 2 odd cards. Now, me personally, it doesn't really bother me, but if that will be your pet peeve, that is something you should totally be aware of. What do I think of flipping flags? Well, the answer is 1 being I love it, 2 being you decide, and 3 being stay away from it. I am going to give flipping flags a 1. And there are so many reasons. The first reason is the price tag. Yeah, this is a small game and you're just getting maybe about a deck of cards in it, but for the price, so worth it. Another thing, in addition to actually familiarizing the students with different flags from around the world, I myself learned something as I played this game. And you know what? I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the speed this game had to offer. I enjoyed the fact, well, no, I still don't know my flags because this is relatively new to us. But when I go down the streets, I actually recognize some and I'm able to point out. The other day I saw a car driving by. I'm like, wait, they must be from Brazil because they had the flag hanging up, the green one. So you know what? Just by playing this game, I myself am learning the flags. And like I said, it's a fun game. Another thing I love about it, it is super fast. I mean, if you have, let's say, 5 or 10 minutes and you don't want to have a whole entire game set up, guess what? Pull out flipping flags, play the game relatively quickly. Your students are happy because they're not having idle time. You're happy because they're having fun and learning. And guess what? It's a win-win for all. So, do I love flipping flags? Yes, I do. Because I learn and have fun, my students learn and have fun, and you know what? It's a win-win for all. If you have any specific questions that I may not have answered about flipping flags, as you can see, comments are turned off. So, head over to the description box after you like and subscribe, and I'm going to leave a whole bunch of links. The first one is to flipping flags because I know you and your family will enjoy it. The second link I'm going to leave is to our Instagram page. Just because YouTube is, cut off my accessibility, I am fully accessible at Instagram. And guess what? You leave me a comment and I will be sure to either answer it directly or you never know. I may turn it into a full-blown video just for you guys. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the links below because I have tons of resources just for you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a good day.